If we have a lot of guests come in who are locals in the community and who know the community and grew up here, and a lot of times when they come in here, they say to us before we start recording, they say, "Oh, did you guys know Tom Draper?"
And I mean, it breaks my heart to know that we didn't really get a chance to.
So Tom Draper was the longtime owner of Draper Media, who of course has, WBOC, Coast TV News, radio stations.
Yes.
He left a really big legacy on Delmarva. So someone who is helping keep that legacy alive and celebrate Tom Draper is Madeline Overturf.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for being here, Maddie.
It's nice to see you here and not downstairs.
That's right.
By our desk.
Yeah. Exactly. So Maddie looks familiar, of course. If you watch Coast TV News, you've seen Madeline before on the desk. She's also a fearless leader here with Coast TV. But Maddie, you are helping just keep Tom Draper's memory alive. Just first, you knew him. Could you just tell us about what kind of man he was?
Yeah, so I'm very grateful that I knew him. I worked here starting in 2016 and he passed in 2017. So it was a brief period of time. But at that time, this building we're in right now had like 5 employees total, which is hard to believe. And Mr. Draper would come in here quite frequently, and I was the only reporter here, so he would come in often and speak with myself and James Weaver, our photographer, and we would just, he was always the type of person who always knew he was coming, because he always made a presence known. He was never shy to share his opinion, but he was a leader of someone with empathy and respect. Like, he never got involved in news coverage in a way that was like, you shouldn't do that story, or you have to do this story. He was like, what are you working on? Why does it matter? And really cared about that and cared about us as individuals as well. So he was his motto that we always share is, we have a moral obligation to serve the people of Delmarva through our lifestyle programming, news, radio, all the above. And he really, you could see, believed that and fully expressed that in everything that he did. It was deep in his soul. He was a wonderful man.
Truthfully, I've never heard a bad word about this man.
No.
And it's always sad when people say, "Did you know him?" And we have to say, "No, we didn't get the chance to," because it seems like someone that you want to know.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And so it's been a big honor to see him receive this huge Lifetime Achievement Award that we're all here talking about. So he was just this weekend inducted into the Gold Circle, which is for our Emmys chapter, which includes DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And of course, our station is based out of Salisbury, Maryland, so we're in that chapter. It's the Hall of Fame of people who have done at least 50 years of broadcasting achievement, and he passed away days after his 50th anniversary in broadcasting. So I nominated him for this award. I'm on the Emmys board. He really changed the media landscape on Delmarva. He made WBOC specifically, that was the first TV station, the most dominant small market station in the country, the smallest market to fly a news gathering helicopter to this day, and just kept expanding, like investing in multi-million-dollar technology like the Newsplex, things like we're sitting in right now. While he was not alive to see CoastLife, I know this was on his heart. He always wanted to see Milton become the hub that it is. And right before he died, they were about to announce Telemundo Delmarva, and then of course Coast TV was in the works. So he always really committed to expanding and serving Delmarva with news and programming, and it was really wonderful to see him recognized by people from Washington, D.C., from Virginia Beach, from Baltimore, these huge markets, but he had just as important a role as everybody there.
And that's a prestigious award. I mean, I saw something like not too many people get this award.
No, out of the Gold Circle, which is the 50 years, only 26 people have ever gotten this honor, and now he's one of those 26 people.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's incredible. What was the response like when you told people who knew Tom that he was going to get this award?
Oh, everyone was just so happy, and I honestly think people didn't realize how big of a deal it was at first, because let's be honest, we're a little bit removed here on the peninsula from everything in D.C., Baltimore. We're kind of like, in a good way some ways, like we're doing our beach life, but to see that stage of these people who like are basically famous in our industry, and Tom is just up there with them, and everybody in those markets too. I used to work in DC. They knew Mr. Draper, if not personally, but the work he did and what our company has done on the Delmarva Peninsula. So it was really great to see the reaction of like, wow, this legacy that he's built that has transferred over the Chesapeake Bay, and just to see that now, encapsulated in this Lifetime Achievement Award. And Hank, his son, accepted the award on his behalf, gave a wonderful speech touching on that moral obligation to serve Delmarva, his motto. And we have the nice award, nice and heavy, big gold plaque that hopefully we'll be hanging up here soon.
We can't wait to see it.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think, just before I let you go, that it would mean to Tom to get this award? Do you think he would be like showing it off, or would it be something that he would want to keep to himself?
Well, you definitely should ask the people who knew him the best, like Molly and Johnny Hopkins and the people with our company. But the little that I did know him, the privilege I did have knowing him, he's a very humble person. And for him, he would view that award as a touchstone of the work that we're doing is worth it, but we have a lot more to do.
Yes.
So, you know, achievement, celebration, he loved a good party, you know, so like, let's celebrate, let's own it, but let's keep moving forward. Always progress.
Love that.
Love it too.
That's a great way to describe the kind of man he was. Well, thank you for nominating him.
Oh, well, thank you, and thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Of course, anytime.
Come back upstairs anytime.
I love it.
Awesome. All right, hey, we have a lot more Coast Life to get to you guys. Stay right where you are. We'll be right back.